Hey everyone, it's Blake here from ChessPathways.com, back today for another episode of Blitz Battles. It's been a while since I've done one of these, so let's see how this goes. Playing someone pretty close to my rating here, looks like from India. We're going to start out with a Roy Lopez, and let's see what option he chooses. Okay, we got the Berlin defense. I have played moves like Queen e2 and d3 to avoid the endgame. I think I'm going to go to the endgame now, though. If he wants to go to the endgame, I'm fine with that. If he takes on e4, I'm going to play d4. Okay, so he doesn't do that. He transposes, I think, to the classical variation here. I'm going to play c3, intending d4 next turn. I think black can take on e4, but it's a little bit dangerous whenever your king's still in the center to let that file get opened up. So now I can play d4. And, okay, so now I'm going to get the full center here. I think this is considered good for white. Yeah, and now the question is, do you play d5 or e5? My e-pawn's still under attack, so I have to figure out what to do there. But I think I can just play d5. You're going to play knight to e7 probably. And I can't play e5 there because then my d-pawn is hanging. Oh, really? You're going to go for this. Okay, that's interesting. So if I take your knight, you take my bishop. I can't actually win any material there, and then I'm down the bishop pair. So I might... Well, you know what I can do? I can play bishop c4, I think. And now I can meet knight to e7 with e5 because my d-pawn is defended. I think that's a good option. You can also play knight to a5, but then I'll just come back and defend my e4 pawn, and your knight's kind of stranded there. Yeah, now I get to play e5. So I think this in-between move might actually be a mistake for black. Okay, knight g4. I'm not really worried about you taking here. Getting the two minors for the rook looks good to me. I could play h3 and just induce that. That's one option. Or I can just keep on developing. I think I'll do that. I'll just play knight c3, and if you want to take here, that's totally fine. This pawn's well defended. I guess I have to reinforce it now. Maybe I should have not allowed black to keep their knight there. Maybe bishop g5 is possible here. Just attacking the queen, but then maybe queen e8, just pressuring this pawn more. And I can't play rook e1 because of f2. Okay, I guess I'll play... If I play queen e2, rook e8 looks annoying. Okay, I'll go for bishop g5. And I think black's going to play something like queen e8. If you play f6, you have to watch out for that diagonal. Yeah, now this pawn's actually coming under heavy fire here. I probably should have played h3 instead of knight c3. Okay, queen e2, you just take... Yeah, it's not so great. It's tough to find what to do here now. How do you defend the e5 pawn? If I play e6, I don't think I can really do that. You have too much support. And I'm spending way too long. I'm not used to this commentary. Queen e2, okay. Alright. Maybe intending rook e1 in some cases. But I don't think I can really make use of these pins, unfortunately. Okay, knight takes. I'll take. Probably take with a knight. Now, hopefully this works. But I think you just play d6. Yep. And I can't play f4 because I'm pinned. Maybe I'll play king h1. But I think now you can just break the pin by moving the queen. And I'm going to have to speed up here. Okay, so you broke the pin. I'm going to try to reroute to this diagonal and try to create some threats. Let's go for h4. Got to make something happen. Getting low on time. Okay. Maybe I'll play f4 and then try to chase the knight away with h5. I think I'm just way too low on time, though. Gotta learn how to speed up. Okay. If you take, I'll take. Okay. Pin that bishop. Oh, it's not pinned. And I'm just down two pawns, unfortunately. Not much happening here. I'll try some pre-moves. Nope, that didn't work. Alright, gotta speed up. Let's try again. Okay, I sometimes like to play c5 against the collie, so I'll go for this system. I'll move my bishop out of the pawn chain before I play e6. Okay. Okay, and we have this typical Carlsbad pawn structure here. White's pawn's pointed towards the king side, mine pointed towards the queen side. I have a semi-open c-file, and the typical way to make use of that is to play the minority attack here with b5 and b4, trying to soften it up a little bit so that my major pieces can crash through on the c-file here. So that might be what I go for, but we'll have to see how the game progresses. And even though this started out d4, d5, this is pretty much the same kind of position you'll get in the Caro-Kann exchange variation. Very similar pawn structure after e takes d5 and c takes d5 in the Caro-Kann. My bishop's out of the pawn chain. Definitely in my comfort zone here. Rook b8 and b5, b4 is one idea. This bishop's also a very good defender of my king. Okay, they're going to try to sacrifice something here. I don't think this really works, though. Okay. They want a couple pawns for it, but, I mean, a piece is a piece, and I don't really see any attack here. I think I'll play queen f7. Now just simply playing defense is going to be more important. I think I can bring my rooks back to the f and e files. The f file's open now. f2 might be a target. They do want to bring this knight into g5. Do I have to be worried about that? I think I can meet it with queen h5. I think I'll play knight e4, just add more pressure here to the f2 square, cut off the queen a little bit, and this is a really nice outpost. I think now I can play... Well, I'll play rook here first. I'm trying to think about if I can play e5. Doing well on time so far. Okay, you're backing up the knight. I'm thinking about just taking it, so I can play... Well, I can even take on f2 right away. If I take on f2, you can't really pin me, because then I just take your queen. Yeah. Pretty sure this is just winning for me now. But I still have to be careful. Taking doesn't look good for you at all. If you move the queen, I think just knight back to e4 is fine. g3 has been weakened now. I could even come in there. Okay, that's not good for you. I win a queen, you win a queen, I win a rook. And he resigns. All right, let's play again. 1 for 2. Here we go. e4, and we get a Scandinavian. Okay, and he's playing this gambit line. Interesting. I think this gambit you really just should accept. So I'm gonna take there. Okay, so now d4 is not possible quite yet, but I can play knight f3, and I think I can just play d4 now. I don't really know too much about this gambit, but I'm kind of happy with my extra pawn, to be honest. Okay, you are putting a lot of pressure on this pawn, but it's not even isolated. I can always play c3 if I need to. I know black has ideas to play e5 in some cases. I think I'm just going to take the full center, though. I really don't see what I need to be fearing here. I don't see what compensation black can really have for a pawn. I can even push forward now with d5, and I think I will. Your knight really doesn't have a great square, is the problem for black. Yeah, that's really ugly. I'll just keep on developing. Okay, maybe headed for c5. Also, this bishop's pretty blunted now. A lot of times black could play bishop f5, but they can't now. Okay, I think I can just kick that knight away. Keep making use of my space advantage. I'll just play b4. I think you have to come right back. Okay, now I'll activate my rooks. I'm thinking the d and e files might be good, just trying to make use of this, this target here. Do I have to worry about any pins here? I don't think so. Knight takes d5 doesn't work yet. b5 I can meet with c5, so I'll just play rook e1. Okay, you might be trying to expand or something, but I'm not really too worried. Let's just get out of the line of sight of this rook. And next, I might try to start putting pressure on this this e-pawn. That's one idea. Okay. I'll just retreat that bishop. You're kind of weakening your king a little bit. I might consider h4 later. Okay, you're just trying to harass this bishop. So the bishop doesn't really have a good square to go to, unfortunately, so I'm probably going to let black get the bishop pair. But I'm not really too worried. I can play knight here, so you have to take here now, and now knight f5 could be an idea. Again, black's kind of weakened their king by playing this g5 move. I could even try to get on those light squares, somehow line up on this diagonal, because this bishop's so far away from defending the king. And of course the extra pawn is very good for white here as well. Black could take this knight, but then of course the king's even weaker without the dark bishop. Okay, so I'll play knight to f5. Okay. And how to proceed? Bishop d3, just getting on this diagonal and maybe adding pressure to the e7 pawn. Okay, I'd kind of like to swing my queen over there, but it takes a while is the problem. I'm trying to think if I can ever make some c5 or d6 idea work. I think I'm just play knight b5 now. That looks kind of annoying for black to deal with. Maybe queen b8 has to be played, because I don't think you want to let me take the a pawn. Yeah, queen b8 definitely has to be played. There's no real other good square for this queen to go. Okay. Grab some more space. Knight d4. Alright, let's just stay on this diagonal. I know this weakens the c-pawn a little bit. Oh, okay, you can actually just take right away. And I only have 44 seconds. Alright, black got their pawn back, unfortunately, and now they can take on d5. Okay, exchange there. And play here. You can win your d5 pawn back, but I can take on e7. Okay. Let me get this position. Yeah, this got messy, of course. This happens in Blitz a lot. Okay, queen d6. I think knight f5 is okay now, though. Could be promising. Let's submit this knight in here. This bishop's a really good defender, though, unfortunately. We're so low on time. Alright, let's play here. We're going to have to take with the pawn. Check. Okay. Alright. Hoping our king will be safe enough. I wonder if we can play f6 even in some lines. Okay, let's try it. If you take... No, I don't think it's going to work out. Okay. Maybe now it does. Yeah, I think you had to take on f6. This looks good now. You can't come to h7. If you take, we take. You can't really defend f7, and you're going to get mated on g7. Okay, 8 seconds left. Can we do it? Yes, we can. All right. Yeah, we were much better there the whole game. Things got messy after I blundered the pawn, but worked out in the end, even with 8 seconds left. Let's go for a Caro-Kann now. Okay, advanced variation. And let's see if you choose the short or the Shirov or something else. Looks like black is going for the short variation here. Oh, okay, they choose to exchange light bishops. That's not too popular, because white can get a lot of pressure by harassing this bishop in a lot of lines. Here, I know queen a5 and queen a6 is one idea, just trying to exchange queens. I'm fine just striking at the center, though, and opening up this c-file here for black. Okay, we'll just finish up our development. This e5 pawn does give white a space advantage, but in some lines it can even be a target. And it's kind of nice here compared to a French defense that we've gotten to exchange off the light bishops. Okay, so queen c7 might get hit with knight b5. This pin's not really a concern yet. Let's just play a6. I just want to play queen c7 next. Okay, so now I'm eyeing this e5 pawn, and I want to see how white responds to that. Okay, they don't even defend the pawn. I think we just take it now, especially after we've played a6. There's no queen b5, there's no knight b5. You can't pin us because we can take on f3 with check. So I think this is just a free pawn. So I'm curious to see how white's going to handle this or what their idea is. Okay, that's not a concern. Oh, okay, but we do have to watch out for some, like, knight takes d5 ideas. I don't think they're going to work, though. Okay, queen c7. We're threatening just to castle and be up a pawn. This reminds me of a line from the French defense. I think it's called, like, the Alekhine-Chittard Gambit or something, where white plays bishop d3 in the advanced French defense, and they sacrifice their e5 pawn. But I don't think this is as good of a version for white as they get there. Yeah, we can just castle. Yeah, this looks kind of scary, I guess, but it doesn't threaten anything, I don't think. Our bishop's defended. We can even play bishop f6 next if we want to. And I think I will. Just get out of any possible tactics here. This bishop could drop back to g6 even in some lines, which I think I will do. Looks like it's a very good defender of the king from g7. This knight's really blocked out. I'm assuming it's going to try to reroute somehow. But I'm pretty happy with the extra pawn here. Okay, I can play d4 and win the c2 pawn. That's one idea. I wonder if I just want to activate my pieces first a little bit, though. Rook c8. Okay. I'm not really too concerned about this because I have this really nice dark squared bishop. My reluctance to play d4 is I don't want to help this knight get into the game, right? You never want to let your opponent's pieces become good. I don't think I have to stop h5, though. I'm just going to play b5, and now I'm going to play maybe queen c4, threaten to exchange queens. And if you don't exchange queens, I can play a5 and b4. Yeah, I just saw that, unfortunately, though. I think I have to back up. But I can still try to play for a4 and for a5 and b4. Sorry. Okay, it's going to be hard for you to make me on the h file because of this bishop. Okay, a5. I know you're going to try to mate me here, but I can always just move this rook. And my king on f8 is actually going to be pretty safe as far as I can see. You can give a check, but after king f8, what do you really have? Now I can play this without letting your knight hop into the game, and I'm crashing through here on the c file is the hope. If you play knight a4, I get to take here with tempo. Also, this bishop can take on b2 in some lines even. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty happy that I decided not to play d4 and win that pawn earlier. Always want to restrict your opponent's pieces. Okay, so you play here. Take. I'm guessing the knight's coming to f4. I do have to be a little careful here. I could try to start marching my pawn, but I kind of want to take care of my king a little bit. I don't think you have any threats, but I'm just going to play queen f5, just attack this knight and see how you want to handle it. Okay. Ooh, okay, now you're threatening some possible pins here on the king. Yeah, maybe I let things get a little too dangerous here. If I move my queen, you're going to play either knight takes e6 or knight takes g6. That really sucks. And I can't play there because of the bishop. Maybe I can even play king e7 next. This looks so dicey, though. I think I underestimated my opponent's ideas here. Oh, you just let me exchange queens. Okay, well, now time's the biggest problem. This is winning for black for sure now. I just have to watch out for the clock. Okay, let's trade rooks. I'm going to have to move that knight. I'll defend my bishop. I'm assuming you're going to attack me. Okay, defend my pawn. You can win the pawn, but I'll pin you. All right, I'll take your rook if you move. Oh, I missed a tactic. Okay. Easy to do in time trouble. And this is pretty much over, I think. Yeah, okay. All right, one more. I got a good position there. Somehow I defended the attack. I just played too slow, once again. All right, one more. We got a lower-rated opponent here, so let's see how it goes. We're going to get a Sicilian defense, and we'll see what line he chooses. Maybe a dragon, maybe a Najdorf. Here's the move where black usually commits. Okay, we got a Najdorf. I like playing f3 here first, going for the English attack. Okay, and he's going for the e5 line. Now I'm going to play bishop e3, queen d2, and try to castle queenside and launch a pawn storm. Okay, this is all normal. Okay, queen c7. I don't usually see that move. Usually bishop e7 is played. Also, the knight on c6. Often this knight will come to d7. So this is kind of a sideline. I'm really clamping down on the d5 square. Okay, and h5. This is an idea black sometimes uses, trying to slow down my expansion. Okay, I have to play a little bit slower now. I'm just going to play normal moves like king b1 and bishop d3. Oh, and you castle queenside. Okay. Usually in the Sicilian, if black castles queenside, white ends up better. Just because the c-file is open here for black, that's usually their main source of counterplay. And the black king's just going to be a little bit more exposed now than the white king will be on the queen side. But this makes it a much more positional, slower maneuvering game, usually. Okay. You can even play like queen f2 now and really try to get on these dark squares. Your dark bishop's really bad. In fact, I think I like that idea. Queen f2, and how do you handle this situation? Bishop b6 is a threat. You're not so thrilled about your knight here. Yeah, it can come here. And I think I'll finish up development for now. Bishop e2. And later I can even play something like c4, rook c1. I think I'll play c4. Yep. Shifting over to the c-file. f4 could be an idea in some lines. Okay, this is really weakening of the king. Like, I even want to think about playing c5 in some lines just to play bishop takes a6. Yeah, this is not usually very good for black to expose the king like this. I'm just going to keep playing a little slowly, though. Kind of defer any calculation to later. Okay, you do play king to b7. Okay. Maybe I will play... Well, if I play f4, you get to play knight e4, knight g4 or something. Maybe I do want to think about expanding and playing g4. I'll make you play h4, and this pawn can be a target here in some lines. Like, if you play h4, I would think about playing bishop g5, just trying to pick up this pawn. Okay. Can I play g4, g5, and just drive the knight away? I can. I'm not sure how I feel about opening up the rook, but I'm going to do it. Also, this stops your idea. You wanted to play bishop h6, I think, but now I would get to play g5. If you played bishop h6 to exchange off that bishop and get rid of your bad bishop for my good bishop. Okay, we can play g5 and drive the knight away. That's one idea. I want to make some breakthrough work. It's just kind of hard to arrange. Okay, let's just get on the h-file. Maybe even a4, a5 is an idea in some lines. I know it sounds crazy, just trying to get this knight a good square. Okay, let's exchange off there. Got to take with the pawn. Okay. I do have the bishop pair, which is nice. I kind of wish I didn't trade a pair of rooks now. I don't want you to infiltrate here if I try to lift a rook and attack the king. I'm just going to play bishop d3, put this bishop on a better square, maybe try to swing the queen over towards the queen side here. You still have a bad bishop. This knight's pretty well restricted. Yeah, I can't really see a great square for that knight. I'm going to play queen c2. You're probably going to play knight b6, and I would even think about playing a4. Okay, play that first. Play bishop b2. We're down a minute on time. Going to have to try to speed up. I'm even thinking about rook b1 and b4, trying to open lines to the king. I think the open lines are going to favor me more than black. Okay. That's kind of annoying. Let's just get out of the pin. The minor pieces are very well restricted, and I want to play rook b1 and b4. Okay, very nice. A pawn sacrifice trying to open some squares for the pieces. I missed that. That's a very good pawn sacrifice. Yeah, now the bishop has a great diagonal. This looks a little bit scary now, honestly. Very good pawn sacrifice. Oh, it's pinned. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, I think I have everything under control, though, and I am up a pawn now, at least. Okay, I can drop back. g4 is hanging. I might be able to play something like queen f3 and infiltrate, though. Let's try to open lines. Time's a big problem. Uh-oh. e2. We've got everything under control. I'm going to open lines to the king now. This is a nice pawn lever here. I'm going to be able to open the b-file. and try to double on it, and your pieces are very far from home. I just have to hope I can mate you in 6 seconds. Okay, let's open it. Alright, let's do it. Ah! Queenie, okay. Yep, ran out of time, unfortunately. I think we had a really nice position there, but time became a big problem there at the end. So thanks everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you visit chesspathways.com and get signed up there. It's totally free, and I will send you a free move-by-move guide to chess thinking when you join our community. I'll go ahead and put a link down in the description. That's chesspathways.com. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you soon.